Right there.
Well, I messed it up. You had it much better than me.
It's all right.
We can't fix it back because I messed it up.
I haven't some Murgatroyd. This is what we're doing. What's up, everybody? What's up? It's your man DBS.
And Just Joy. What's good with you? He play all day.
All day, all day, all day. For those of you who are watching right now and are in the I'm real, what is it? I'm real angry now. I'm real deep. I'm real.
Whatever it is this week. It's a lot of stuff every week. It changes.
It is.
How do you get real angry though?
How do we get? You want that story?
I do. I'm ready.
First, okay, we'll get into that in a second. For the one person who just joined us, please rock that video. Is that Lisa Fire? Please, yeah, it is Lisa Fire. What's going on, Lisa? Please share the video. We'll get into the main topic in a minute. There's just some preliminaries we have to get through. The first one, just to address the group, the people who were in the group, people were wondering, like, why do you keep changing the name? It's my therapy. That's the bottom line. The first time I changed it, I'm real infamous. Excuse me. Someone online made a comment that I think I'm famous, and I don't obviously think I'm famous. So
I think you're pretty famous.
You type me? I couldn't. It was a situation. We're gonna get to all of that. So, yo, go ahead, reach for it. Reach for it. Just reach, because I got to go pull it up anyway. But so that's if somebody calls me something and I need to take a look at it, you might see whatever they called me changed to the name of the group so that I can take a look at myself. That's all it is.
I'm gonna need a charger.
What was the other thing? There was something else. We were talking. Oh, where we are. If you look around, we are no longer at the Newark Technology Center. It was a lot. That's the short version. There were, I don't know, I don't want to say differences of opinion, but we didn't get a chance to, I know that I didn't. I think someone from my team may have met with the people, the powers that be who run it, and they had some concerns and about, us coming in. So to alleviate those concerns, I just decided to do it from my situation right here. And for those of you who, I know I'm pretty facetious at times. I can be a little bit. But the post that I put up earlier about the renaming where I do my show, that was the first name that came to me. That was why I posted it. But I have a different name, and we'll get into that later. I don't have to do it immediately. I do have time to think and be creative on that. So that was the other thing. But just know that we are no longer at 400. Well, I'm not. There is still GS Radio and Just Joy Media happening there. There is. It's a great place. If you ever get an opportunity, it's a great community-oriented place. There's a lot of community meetings that happen that are very informative. A lot of people who run a lot of community-based organizations and who work in government offices and things like that can help. If you have an issue with housing, rent, you want to know about the water situation in the city of Newark, that's the place to go to find out all that information. It's a great place. The Newark NCST is there, which is they are the people who help the kids get home safe, the Safe Passage program. They do all of that. They do a lot of stuff there. So it's just to alleviate. I don't want to be a burden to anybody in their organization. I would much rather just let them do their thing, and it was for the best. It's for the best. So I wish them all the best. Right now we hanging out up here, and it is we up here in the sun right now.
I'm anemic and I like warmth that I don't have to pay for specifically, so I'm in heaven. You might be sweating about the expo, but I'm perfectly fine.
This menopause ain't nothing to play with.
That also.
You like that?
Well, I mean, I don't like that yourself, but I do like that. That might be a reason why you're hotter and I'm not.
Oh, okay. That could be it. Hey, Dorothea,
adjust my scarf.
Lisa, Marshawn, everybody who just joined us. I really want to get into this topic because I put a post up earlier.
Want to talk about this scarf.
You want to talk about a scarf? That's not a scarf.
It's not a scarf?
No.
I really want to talk about this scarf wrap.
Yeah.
Fabric
thing. Situation.
I don't know how cool I look. I don't really care. Or how warm I look. Particularly because DV just said we were in the sauna. He felt like he was in the sauna. But this is pretty much to prevent free advertisement on my Nikki sweatsuit. Because it's Nikki, you see.
Did you just say Nikki?
My mother said Nikki earlier. I'll tell you that off air, but my mother said this was my Nikki sweatsuit. So.
Good help.
You gonna know why I'm sitting in the sauna with a scarf on.
That's what it is.
And I'm not hot. Clearly, I'm not sweating. Only my dude is shiny.
It's just that's because I've been actually running. I actually have a friend of mine is downstairs barbecuing chicken in my kitchen.
I saw ginger all over the
Listen, when she down there cutting up mushrooms and things, it's a situation going on.
I know it is.
Ebony is tearing my kitchen down. That's just what I need. Is somebody to come here and because I'm not the cooking type.
It's house music.
The stove.
The devil's a lie. Yeah.
I would put books in the stove. If it didn't catch fire, if it wasn't a fire situation, because to me that's just extra shelf space. I'm not really cooking in there. There's a toaster oven that meets all my needs. So that's happening, and then we have this happening, and then we appear in this new situation. So it's a lot happening. So again, what's up to everybody?
We're making it happen.
We have to make it happen. We have no choice. We are manifestors. So
and we're manifestors.
Okay, we could do that. 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 We could do all that. So I want to talk about. I'm going to give them their names. We're going to talk about their names. Miss World, Tony Ann Singh. Miss Teen USA. Is it Callie? Callie Garris. Kaliegh. I hope I'm spelling. I hope I'm pronouncing.
Kylie or something like that.
Okay, Kal.
Yeah, that's Kylie.
Kylie. Okay, Kylie Garris. Miss America, Nia Franklin, Miss USA, Chesley Christ, and Miss Universe, Zozibini Tunzi. Zozibini, Zozibini, Tunzi, Tunzi. All of these women are beautiful. If you have not seen them, I encourage you to Google it. Google them. They're absolutely gorgeous. And what I like about them the most is that they are so well accomplished already. They have started community-based organizations on their own. Where is the... all have conveyed messages of empowering women, and all are taking on prominent occupations and stances. To wit, Singh will study medicine and become a doctor. Tunzi works to eliminate gender-based violence. Chris is an attorney bent on reforming the U.S. justice system. Garris founded the Disability Awareness Group. We are People First, and Franklin is founded the I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Garris founded the Disability Awareness Group. We Are People First. That's the name of the group. We Are People First. And Franklin is an opera singer who works with the nonprofit Sing for Hope and advocates for the arts. All these women are very well accomplished. I didn't watch a pageant. Not Ann. That's not. I don't care enough to watch them. The media that I do take in, which I filter profusely. I filter my media very, very carefully. I only let in what I want to let in. And the fact that the information that there were, Facebook and stuff like that, so people post it because they're very happy and ecstatic and they're proud and yes, we must celebrate these young women of color. I don't want to say black women because these women are from distinct nations, Jamaica and different other places
and
where they are.
She's from Tunzi, I know that.
They're attached to a land. Whereas the people of color here, we're only attached to America. They're attached to their homeland, their country, where their whole family and situation. Many of us don't know that. That's why 23andMe is racking up right about now. They don't need that over there. They know where they came from.
I think it's so absolutely insane that people pay, particularly black people, people of color, people who, like you say, are not from here, which none of us are, pay a service like 23andMe or this DNA, whatever the DNA service is, to find out where your roots are. You trust the people who took you from your house to tell you where you came from?
No. Now, here's the thing. Because I'm going to do an experiment. Because I did do it the first time. But the reason I did it the first time was because I had been told about my ancestry. And nobody has definitively told me what land we came from. Mm-hmm. Of course, the information that I got varied greatly from what I received. Mm-hmm. So what I decided to do was at some point I'm going to find another service and compare them. That's my, and it could, I just want to see the variations. Are there variations? Did you, and I'm going to have to do a lot of research because I don't want, all of them here seem to be connected. So I'm believing that if I send it here, like it's going to take a second, but we're not going to digress on that real quick. I see you itching, but we're not doing that right now because we have an agenda. So we're going to stick to this agenda. That's a whole other show, and we can do that whole other show because we can do what we want. So that being said, all of these wonderful women of color have won these titles at these pageants. And when I posted earlier, I asked the question, I said, you know, can somebody please tell me why this is important? Because I don't understand why it's important. And many of the answers that I got some great answers. I'm fortunate enough to know friends who are in contact with women, young women, daily as part of their vocation, their jobs. This is what they do. They work with these young women. So they work with these young women, and many of them said, you know, many of these young women have never seen women of color celebrated like this. I get that. That's unfortunate. My problem is we drank the Kool-Aid. That's the short version. We have drank the Kool-Aid once again. Let me get back to here because I need to know who is in the room. Hey, Victoria, Lester, Hillary. Hillary, you don't need an invitation, sweetie. You call. Let me give you this. You could call me and tell me when you coming. Tuesdays at 7:30. Let me know in advance. If there's a topic that we have planned, I'll send you the talking points and everything like that. You know, you listen. You ain't even got a girl by. So yeah,
there's space for you in the nutsack.
Oh, from where we all come. But wait till you hear the other name. Yeah. Oh, I can imagine you having an asthma attack. I don't even know if you.
You was right. That's yeah.
You like that?
I can't wait for them to hear that one.
Right, but we ain't even do. Y'all ain't gonna get that today. Y'all got to come back next week for that because it's a lot to it, and I want to explain it to you so that you'll understand.
That's a good
But
one.
yeah, so hey Yoli, what's up, Yolanda? So we're talking about these pageant winners who, again, very well accomplished all on their own. Now, some of them have been doing a lot of pageants. One of them, I forget their names, and I'm not going to even try to remember. That's why I screenshotted that situation and had it ready for y'all so that I wouldn't have to remember, because that's not what I'm doing right now. But one of them had been in quite a few pageants. People were excited about the fact that one of them won, and she had short hair. She had her hair natural. And that, to them, that was a big thing. I have so many questions. I would like to know, can somebody please, in the comments, Haney, Shorty, if you are still here, any of you guys, can somebody please help me out? I would really, really like to know, why is this important? Why is this important to you all? And what really, really got me is that I thought more of the people who, you know, I was going to say my friends.
I heard you.
More of the people who are, we do that friend thing with on social media, I thought more of them were feminists. So I was looking for feminists to go, yeah, it's about time we end this archaic tradition of women using their bodies preliminarily, because yeah, they do have talent and they talk about their accomplishments, but it's a beauty pageant. Let's not forget that. That's what, at the end of the day, if you're an ugly bitch, you are not winning this pageant. You could be this bitch walking with a PhD and you could sing Kelly Price up under a table and smack Patti LaBelle with your high notes. You still are not going to win this pageant if you are not pretty, if you don't have a banging body. So all of you who want to say, well, it's about a whole lot more than that, no, the fuck it's not. No, it's not.
And furthermore, it is not, nor has it been for us, particularly in a positive way. When I see these pageants, and I was in one in Jersey that was nothing like what I know these pageant systems are, because please be clear, they are pageant systems. Like Devious said, you know, these ladies, they compete in various pageants. There's levels to the shit. So those systems are terrible. You know who runs a pageant system. Your 45 runs a pageant system. So, and you know he ain't worried about no bitch, woman brains. Sorry, y'all. No woman brains or her talent. So let's just keep that clear. And so when I see our women in those type of pageant systems competing for those type of pageants, I'm not impressed and I'm not inspired, because I feel like they're continuing to perpetuate a cycle of slavery, to be honest with you. A cycle of being, like you said, physically paraded around, almost at a highest bidder thing, if you ask me. It's the dog and pony show, and we continue to be the dog. Like, I got a problem with that. We don't have our own pageant systems, and we do, because like I said, I was in one that was all black, and it was run by black people, and shout out to Miss Teresa. They just had another one a week or two ago that I wasn't able to attend, but it was dope. Those type of situations are dope. But the stuff that these young people are into, it's and like I said on Facebook, it's real Harvey Weinstein. It's real,
it's
real
bad.
back there. It's real, and I'm not necessarily celebrating that for us. Why do we care if they crown us?
We gonna get to that part. We gonna get to that part right there. But I need to start with the feminists, because I brought up feminists. Excuse me. Listen. If you know me in person, you know this is my thing right here. I'm not editing shit. So this is my chapstick session. The other part of it is for all the feminists out there, or women who consider themselves to be feminist minded, or feminist feel like, I don't know, whatever the pro feminine, that thing, whatever the terminology, y'all know what it is. I don't care. Whatever those people are, because they're out there, because every time there's a guard that slams a little girl against a wall, they come out. Every time something happens with a woman where she was slightly or overtly or ridiculously disrespected, out come the Me Too'ers and yada yada yada. All of y'all don't see how parading a bunch of women in front, not just we gonna get past the parade. Let's do this. Y'all competing against each other again. They created a whole new arena for you guys to compete against each other. Every last one of those beautiful young women need not compete with a soul. Every last one of them has everything it is that they need to succeed in this life without somebody else's validation.
And without a crown from somebody. That was my point to your queen on the book.
You lucky I don't have I can't find it. I was looking for it. You know I was looking for it.
It's in the car.
It's around here somewhere, because I saw it earlier.
Those chips are for consumption. I just wanted to get that's not you. I was just talking to off camera.
That was a fall situation. Yeah, so I don't understand how we are again. And y'all, and this is why I started off saying that you guys drank the Kool-Aid. Because that whole part of it, nobody brought up when I put the question up earlier. Nobody said anything like, yeah, I do see how it is still, against feminist ideals to have a bunch of women competing against each other, firstly exposing their bodies because there's a swimsuit competition in these situations. So again, we just went through that. If you're ugly, you're not going to win this anyway, no matter how much other things you have, because it is a beauty pageant. So again, you're teaching all these young women who you're telling they need to be proud. Again, you can only be proud if you look like the winner. Because the little girl that sits next to you that looks nothing like that, who the rest of the class still picks on, who is not represented on that stage, is
to me again.
Still gonna have a problem when she get to school on Monday. She gonna still have a problem. The rest of the girls with the long hair are still gonna attack her in the bathroom. They gonna call her names. They gonna call her a jungle bunny. They gonna snatch her hair. They gonna do all of those little mean girl things that mean girls do. Why? Because that's not changing anything.
I still need to know, like, all these people who are like, oh, it's a good look for us. Good, it's the first time we did this, first time we did that. I don't recall, and I work with the youth, you in the streets, you in the hood. You ever heard a little girl say, oh, I want to win a pageant, or I want to be a pageant princess, or like a queen? Like, who's really looking up to these girls and aspiring to be like this? Is anybody really watching them like that?
A what, bunny? What did you say, Marie? A what, bunny? I don't know. Get at me in the comments one more time. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out how this is okay again. Y'all drink the Kool-Aid one more time. Be happy and be proud, but be proud not because they want a pageant, because they are excellent black women who are doing their thing outside of that whole pageantry system. I think that more than anything deserves accolade.
I think it's important to know, and this is what I tried to express to your friend on the book, but it just, I let it go right over her crown. We, and these women, like you said, they're all associated with a land, a country, were queens from there, from then, from before. So like you said, why are we competing for the white man crown? I don't understand that.
And that's the other part.
If I already got my crown and I've been had it.
Can we get to the financial portion of this? Because there's always a financial portion. So again, we are chattel. We are paraded around.
The slavery part, right?
Yeah. We are paraded around one more time for all of our talents, for all of our strengths, for all of our beauty, in front of the world for them to adore us. And who benefits the most? Who gets the money?
Tyler Perry Studio.
Who is getting the money?
Sorry, I didn't say Tyler Perry Studio.
I need y'all to ask yourselves this question. Who's getting the money? Is that money flowing back into these communities of color, so that there can be 10 or 100 more little women that come along that can do exactly the same thing she did? Is that what's happening? Be proud again.
But then we have a first black president, and we still didn't feel like nothing happened with that.
I'm gonna fight you.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
Why you see?
Put your crown on.
Kara bringing
up
old stuff.
No, because if all these black people was the first, and y'all know I love my people, but I know the real blacks that was the real first that did some other stuff. But again,
I got a fourth wall partner over here. I'm gonna break the fourth wall every now and then.
You might break the Cheetos open too. I mean the doodle puffs. Can't call it that because they're not paying for it. And they've been staring at me. No, but they were like, no. We're digressing, but it's because after Halloween, Thanksgiving came around. I just came from vacation / work. All this is happening. That's why my Nikki suit is tight around me. I'm not. Them cakes been staring at me since we got on the air. But my thing again is the idea that I need your crown. That again, you have to. And I think about Clara Barton, and I think about how we weren't even good enough for them to look at before. So why do we insist that they look at us now?
I have a question. Do y'all remember the human zoos?
No, they don't know nothing about the human zoos.
Y'all should Google, because I'm not. This is not a history lesson. This is something else. So I believe you should Google human zoos and see who was in them. Because this is just an upgrade. This is the 2019 version of that.
Except, like you said, there's a financial aspect. We're paying for this, because please don't think that these beautiful young ladies are in these pageants and pageant systems for free, or that there's not money and sponsorship and all type of cash. I mean, y'all see the 45 is the sponsor of these things, so there's, like you said, some money involved. And again, not to tarnish the name too much, but it's a lot of Harvey Weinstein happening behind them scenes. It's a lot of white lines and stuff happening to these young people in this pursuit of this crown that's out there. I don't know.
I just think we should have loftier aspirations for young women in our community. I believe we deserve it. I believe we should talk to each other and speak to each other better. I believe that we should instill better goals. We should teach young women that there is no competition. Yes. You are the only you that you can be. Nobody else can be you. And you are that unique.
And it's interesting you say unique, because if you look at the contestants, there's nothing unique about them. They pretty much cookie cutters of each other. Like you said, there's no variation in size. There's very little variation.
Roll that video, man.
I'm just saying, like you said, you're not gonna have 5 contestants that look all alike and then have a Lizzo. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how that goes. Lizzo can't be you. These are zeros and ones. Like, these are not.
Only Miss World, Tony Ann Singh, if these are done in the order up under this picture, only Tony Ann Singh even looks
ethnic enough.
Ethnic and feminine. Not that when I say that, not that these other young ladies don't look feminine, but they're very slim, very they're not
boy voluptuous. Body. They got boy body. The typical model boy body.
I didn't say it. It's a model body. Basically, that's you absolutely right. It's a model body. Only the first young lady, she is the one who does look, in my opinion, again, that's my opinion, the most ethnic.
The blackest. She got a little hips on her.
She got hips.
That's what
her hair look like it's natural, but
and she like my complexion too. She the brown
natural. Yeah, she would not pass the paper bag test. This is the only one though. Even the young lady with the short hair, she is right at the line on the paper bag. She might be able to get in. She might be in the house. She might, there's a whole bunch of places you could go when you're that color. But anyway, so I would like, I'm trying to figure, because you know what's interesting to me? And I feel like I hate these E.F. Hutton moments. I really, really hate these E.F. Hutton moments when people, who said white people? I'm a financial part. What is, you called the little girl that's not represented a something bunny. I don't know what type of bunny I called her. If you just like when I'm on the dance floor, if you say, "Ooh, do that move again," I have no idea what you're talking about. When I'm just doing something extemporaneous, you got it. You have to rewind the videotape. I have no idea.
You're watching I'm Real Angry. The thoughts and opinions expressed by either co-host represent exactly what the fuck we said.
Boom. Then there's that. And it's a whole lot much more fun this way. So, I would really... And what's interesting, like the people who are watching, the people who tuned in, and thank you guys for sharing the video. If you haven't done so, please share the video. Nobody has any arguments. When I put the post up earlier, there were a bunch of people who came back and had stuff to say. So I'm trying to figure out, is it that y'all read the post and realized that it was a mistake to jump on that bandwagon? Mm-hmm. And then that other post where I said stop saying pretty stuff just because other people said it, because that's stupid. Y'all are out here saying things that are cliches that y'all have ingrained in your head,
and it's dangerous.
It really is. You have to get that thinking is what leads us to pageantry. It's one of the many things, but that's something that leads us to pageantry. That dangerous thinking, like we need other people's validation. Now that we're on a world stage, maybe they'll respect us.
And you know what, sis? Good luck to you, because I'm gonna get mine and I'm gonna get it and you can't.
I'm sorry, we had Michelle Obama in the White House for 8 years. She's a beautiful, in my opinion, if you disagree, you disagree. I believe she is a beautiful black woman. She is a well-educated woman. She was married to the President of the United States for 2 terms.
First black one.
Went to Harvard. Or was it Princeton? Was it both? Because she went to, I think it was one for undergrad and then one for law school.
I'm sure.
I'm not a facts person. You can Google all that. What I'm saying is she didn't have to get into a pageant at all. And I don't think y'all would have voted for her in that pageant, in said pageant. With all of her credentials, the way that the country, much of the country, adored her for 2 terms. If she was in a pageant and y'all didn't know she was married to Barack, y'all wouldn't have even. Steve Harvey wouldn't have called her name to come up on stage. Let's be clear.
You're hilarious.
No, I'm dead serious.
You know what you are, though?
I'm dead, like, yeah, it's hypocritical. That woman didn't take off her clothes to become who she is, and I'm not saying that these pageant winners did. I'm just saying it's a beauty pageant. It is a completely, at the base, aesthetic,
subjective
contest. Women pitted against other women. And kudos to Steve Harvey for this reason and this reason alone. You bought into it to make sure that the money that you got was good money. Like the more they make, the more you gonna make. So I can't be mad at that. If you gonna get down with the coonery and the foolery and all the rest of that, get it. Listen, I'm not mad. I think the whole system, and this is, again, it's just my opinion, I think the whole system is stupid. I think we should spend more time and more money educating these women and teaching them that they are very, very valuable. Maybe then they wouldn't go missing. I had people posting in my group about the thousands and thousands of women of color who are missing. Do you think that the 5 pageant winners are going to keep it from happening? Is that going to keep them from snatching these women, these young ladies of color off the street? Or do you think it'll increase? Because now, let's go get some Jamaicans, because there's a Jamaican Miss whatever the fuck. Let's go get some Zimbabweans or whatever the other people are, because That's what the fuck people is looking at across the world stage, right? Because they admire us.
Y'all the Zimbabweans gonna be in
whatever. I don't know what she is, and I'm really not trying to. I just took a country out of it because I knew
it's gonna come up in your comments. You called the lady a Zimbabwean.
Listen, I'm here for all of that.
Let me just, because this is what I want to say, right, about Steve Harvey, right?
I knew you would. Listen.
I thought you ignored me for a long time, but this is what I'm gonna do.
Just because this side of my sleeve is burnt for your body heat.
I do have a higher body temperature than most, but that's because I'm hot. But the thing is, with Steve Harvey, and I left him alone a long time ago. I left him alone when he first Donald Trump's at the table. When he first started dealing, when he first got in bed with this dude, I'll call it that. I'm gonna be very nice because I don't want no comments because I don't play that. Not that you do, but I don't too. When Steve Harvey first became affiliated publicly with Donald Trump, and I'm gonna call it that. I left him alone. I stopped listening to BLS, period. I don't even want to hear nothing from the radio station because I don't trust him any longer. And I knew I had good reason. I knew it was going to be some money. I knew he sat at that table for a thing. And he got up with it, right? He laid in that bed with 45 and came up with a thing. Let me tell you what happened. This is the financial part. Listen very close, kids. Pageant systems make a lot of money. They cost a lot of money. This is what he's talking about, the investment side, right? Steve Harvey played golf, right? 45 on golf courses. I'm going to give you another history lesson. 45 has been in the pageant system with these women and making this money for quite some time. Now, all of a sudden, Steve Harvey in the pageant system?
Yeah, after meeting with the president.
He ain't even he barely got his wife till he got some money. Why? Yes, I did. Well, this wife, the first one he got before he got that bridge, y'all know how he do. So, why and how is he? And this is like when people buy into football teams and baseball teams. It don't take you can't have short bread for this. How is Steve Harvey suddenly in the Miss World? Who else at the table? How did he get? Who let him in the door?
Who had done it for years before? Was it Dick Clark or somebody like that?
I don't know. I never watched it ever.
That's so interesting.
I never watched it ever. Because again, I'm the her that you're talking about. I'm the chubby bunny. Maybe that's what you called her. I'm the chubby bunny that is never looking at the pageant people. Ain't never aspired to that. Knew that was never going to be me. So that's affecting me. I don't know if it's reversely or whatever to the point. But back to my point about this guy, Steve Harvey. Been left that dude alone.
The relationship guru, Steve Harvey, is now among his many things, and that's what you got to do. You got to mobile, and yeah. So
don't sell me out the door, bro. I'm good on that.
IJS, hey Vicky, Umoja Dance Studio, Mama. Hey Mama, how are you? Hey, that must be Josiah. Hey Josiah, much love to all of you. Wanda, Curtis, all you guys for watching. I still need y'all to share the video if you haven't done so, and tag somebody who if you saw they posted something about the pageant like, oh, this is wonderful, and they page tag them with this video. Because
if you want to stop being friends with them, tag them.
No, it's just don't laugh at her.
Because I know somebody specifically, at least two people who I can speak of on your page and maybe won't find out, or I don't get here. But I know two people one person whose daughter one person I know whose daughter was in the pageant system, and it wasn't, again, there's a difference, I don't want to say, between like black pageants and white pageants, whatever like that, because we have everything from like debutante balls and cotillions and all type of like levels of pageantry with our own, Southern heritage or whatever, which still is in ours, but it's like, I know somebody that used her daughter being in pageants to kind of fulfill her dreams or whatever like that, because again, she's more of a Lizzo than anything else. And I also know somebody whose daughter is intelligent and talented and well-spoken, but is not the obvious pageant winner physically, like you said. Won a couple, lost a couple. So it's like, why do we even... It's not a sport to put your child in and pay for and buy dresses and buy weave and buy eyelashes, and your 13-year-old now got on makeup for the first or the fifth time. It's like,
what is the takeaway? Can somebody help me with that at the very least? Because y'all are real quiet about this, so that tells me that everybody agrees with every fucking thing that I'm saying, which is interesting, but I doubt that that's the truth. So I really need to know, what is the takeaway from these? Like, if maybe there's somebody who's watching who put a kid or has been in one themselves, what is the takeaway? When you or that child, or you put that child into, or that person enters into a pageant system and begins doing pageants. What is it for? To just win? And for what? Like, what is the come up? What is the, okay, this is going to help me do what exactly but win another pageant? It's what?
I'll speak for the pageant that I was in, that was here in New Jersey, that was very well run, hosted, organized, all of that stuff. And the sisterhood was formed, and it was the winner, or like the winner and the runner-up, they ended up with some magazine contracts, some print media work. So they got a couple of gigs and some kind of, I don't want to call it notoriety, but they kind of got to the next level of whatever they was trying to do.
Okay.
But, and it also cost us money, from dresses to, you know, ticket sales and tables and whatnot. I'm not giving away any of the secrets, but there's an investment made. These girls, and I probably didn't win because I only spent about $117 altogether on everything. Everything. I didn't wear the stockings they told me to wear. I didn't wear makeup. You're supposed to wear makeup. There's rules. You have to wear makeup. You have to wear stockings. You have to have on garments. I don't believe in garments. And I'm in a full figure pageant. I'm telling too much. I'm in a full figure pageant and you want me to put on a girdle. You don't want me to be full figure then. So guess what I'm going to do? If I'm not this way and I don't wear garments for any reason, I don't even have them, I'm not going to wear them. You either just going to poke out and I'm going to win or I'm going to lose. But I'm not going to put on a garment to, I'm not going to do that. So it's a lot of money that go into it. But some people get a little bit out of it. But then like you said, some people stay in it. So you win one, now you got to win another one. Or you win one and your mother's like, oh, so now you the best. Like all of a sudden you become something and it's an accomplishment. And again, I'm not saying this is what happened with my friend, but now you're a queen. Now you're a queen. So now you have to keep being the queen. You have to keep competing.
And when your reign is over, now what?
Well, see, that was my point about us kind of instilling in our kids that they have a crown from inception, from when they at our house, from daycare. So you, like, again, you have one here. So what you going to do with the white man crown? There's no room. I don't understand.
I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me the takeaway, because nobody has been able to tell.
It's barbecue sauce.
Yeah, it's happening out there. It
just came right up.
Ebony?
And move my scarf. That's
thank you. Because she just came
that's
into
that barbecue
the thing. So,
right across.
Yeah, it's happening. But yes, we have to find out what it is. Well, I need to find out what it is and make sure I think that this is a good idea. Because I've seen it posted way too often for me to believe. Because at first it was 3. And that's the first time I saw it, when it was just 3 of them, and they were like, "Yeah, it's 3," and it's the first time that it's all happened at the same time, because there has been a woman of color in every single one of those titles, multiple times for some of the titles throughout the years. So it's not a new thing. So I'm trying to figure out what is the thing. What do y'all have? What is so excited about this new?
I felt the same way about Wakanda Forever, because everybody said it was the great black hype and it was going to open up all these doors and black movies and black writers. What?
Open with doors for what?
I'm going to tell you what the people said on the book, because I never thought it was going to open a goddamn thing.
Okay.
The people not even paying attention to, again, when you go to the top, it's still white owned and Marvel, and they only going to give us a certain amount or whatever. So
now Disney.
People were super excited because it was, you know, the first black this, and they got the Oscar and all these other whatever they got. 2 years later, what has come from Wakanda?
I don't know.
How many more black directors? How many more black actors? How many more like breaks have we gotten since then?
I'm not.
How many more Wakandans we haven't? I don't know.
I don't know.
But you do know, not none. Not none.
That could be it right there.
But they thought it would, like kind of with this pageant. So next year, with our like 7 different pageant title winners going to be black, or like, oh, maybe we'll get a trans pageant winner next year. How about that? Since we opening all these first doors, right? That's what we want to do.
They would lose their minds. They would have to.
Let's open all the doors.
She would have to be trans and of color.
Well, of course.
Yeah. So.
Or she could be a Jenner. Now them Jenners.
A who?
A Jenner.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know who Bruce Jenner was?
Bruce Jenner.
He might have to be a Kardashian. Because
I'm sorry, I gotta put.
I honestly think that, and again, just like we'll have a woman white president before we have a woman black president, we will have a Jenner trans. So y'all can email me on this one. We will have a Jenner trans before we have a Janiqua trans. I promise you, it'll be a white trans. Again,
definitely. Yeah, that's
winning these presidents.
Because there's already pageants.
They will. Well, look, the black people don't open all the doors, so it's not if, brother. It's when.
She said the black people don't. Yeah, because
it's first, right?
We're trendsetters, right? We're the first. Who was the first black president?
John.
I was hoping this. I don't want somebody to say Barack. Hey, Hasha, Tina Duncan, what's going on? Angel, what's up? Marina Stapleton.
It's Marina.
Hey, how are you?
That's sis.
Hey, sis. Who?
Serious sis.
Oh, hey, sis. But
she do other things now, but you know.
Well, you better do other things, and you better get bigger. But yes, I don't think I'm going to linger on this subject because y'all ain't giving me what I need. You really not.
Why do you think that is?
Samuel, because
is it because they don't care about the pageant system either? But it was just one of those things on Facebook, that clickbait thing, that because you know people get some thirsty ass likes out here. People will, and this is what's happening. Maybe I'll help you transition into the next part if you want to. These fake ass share stories. So every 20 minutes, I'm getting the same picture of the dude and his little sister from Brooklyn that been missing for 18 hours, and it take one click for you to share the video, but it takes one click for you to find out that the kid been home for 18 months. This shit happened in June 2016.
Oh.
But because people are so eager to present something on their page that makes people engage with them. Oh, I like that. Or, oh, she thinking about that. Or like it's like you so quick to get them thirsty ass likes. One click will take, and I'm telling people now because I don't give a fuck. I found them in one click. You couldn't find them? Them kids found. I just found them. I clicked the shit, and this story said updated. First line, updated, big as fuck. But people so thirsty for these likes. That's what I'm saying. Maybe the people who jumped on this pageant system thing, or you know, the first black this was seeing that it was trending, seeing people was getting attention for it, and liked it and shared it because that's what they do. Anything that's gonna get them.
That's probably how it happened. A lot of people, because I'm guilty of it. I've done it in the past. I'm a little more diligent now about when I see a link to click on the link and look at the dates and see what the updates are and things like that. Because I've had it happen so many times where I'm like, oh wait a minute, that was like 3 years ago.
And
why are you posting this now? Like, but and a friend of mine, he posted that too. He was like, "Would y'all please stop posting these old ass articles?" Willie, if you watch this, yeah, that's you. I remember when you posted that, but because people don't pay attention. But you see something, all you see is the headline, and you post it, and you share it or whatever, and it goes on your page. But are you reading the content so that if somebody asks you a question about what it is you shared, you can respond well?
But let's just go further. So you see that a kid is missing, and all you do is share the video. How concerned about the kid are you? So if the kid missing, right? Let's just start with the fact that the kid missing in Milwaukee and you live in Irvington. Fuck you gonna see the kid at, right? But let's just say let's just say Lil Johnson made it all the way down to the Quickie Mart, on Route 7, and you see the kid. You don't know what to look for, a gray sweatsuit, blue jeans, a hood, because you didn't read the article. You just shared it and clicked it. Mm-hmm. So you're not really interested in finding the kid. You don't know if the child was tall, or what happened, what they left in the car, in the van. And again, you don't even know it's in Chicago. So you're not looking for the kid. You're not keeping your eye out. You're not really actively sharing this so people can keep their eye out. Like, nobody's on the street looking at their phone like, oh, that's not Jonathan from Facebook. Like, get the fuck out of here. Why are y'all sharing this shit? It's stupid. You in 7-Eleven like, wait a minute. That looks like the two kids they said they couldn't find 2 days ago. Get the fuck out of here. And then furthermore, I'm going to leave it alone after this piss me off. So you sharing a video or a story about the kid, and I keep telling people this. So you share a video or a story about a kid that's missing, right? And you want to find the kid, so you share it, right? And then 3 people under you share it because, again, birds of an idiot flock together. So you share it, and then 3 of your friends share it. Now, 4 of y'all fake-ass concerned people looking for Jose and Shaniqua, right? The problem is they've been found for a year. So Jose and Shaniqua in 7-Eleven getting a snack after school, and let's just say some dumbass white lady, those are the kids from Facebook. I gotta call the cops. They've been missing. They're not fucking missing. But 17 people on a dumbass old Facebook thread shared it, and now somebody looking at these kids. It's possible, people. This is why it's dangerous to just share dumb shit.
It could happen.
It's stupid.
It could happen. But
what if I'm her aunt and we in the car and somebody look on their phone? Oh man, another missing kid. They're not missing. They're at the red light. Please, people, think about the kids that's found. I understand you think about the kids that's missing, but think about the ones that's found and their parents and the shit they might have to go through because you decided to share it and 2 of your stupid ass friends did too. Thank you. Because it's much. It's much.
You sure you done?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure it was all out.
It must have.
Boom. I want to make sure that we are having the proper conversations when we're talking, when you all are talking to your daughters. When you're talking to females, young females, older females, first of all, there's no need for you all to compete against each other for anything. There's enough of everything. And I know some of you are sitting there, well, there's not enough black men. There's enough. There's enough. Go outside of your neighborhood.
They making new ones every day.
Every damn day. Go outside of your neighborhood.
They making new ones every day.
Stop fucking the same one. That's the problem.
Get the XL next time you get a chance.
I'm just saying. There's no shortage of anything. There's no shortage of anything. There's balance here. You can get everything you need. Stop believing that there is lack. That's why we believe that we need other people to validate us. A lot of people were saying, well, no, not a lot of people. I said, why are you asking people who people oppressed you for years, and now you? Oh well, it's the world stage. Fuck the world, because tomorrow the world is not going to bend down and kiss your ass. This is that proverbial 15 minutes of fame for women of color once again. Just because you are a large group, it just happens to roll around a little bit more often because it's a bunch of y'all. So y'all will share this spotlight for a few minutes. It's not going to do anything to change unless you all change. Nothing is going to change unless you change. Start telling your daughters they're beautiful.
Start giving them leather crowns for their birthday.
You can hit up Marie Thompson on
Start
Facebook.
Giving. I promise you. And I don't never want no little girl. God bless my soul and everything in my ovaries. I can only imagine.
You just ask for one.
How I've seen little girls get black baby dolls and how excited they are. I don't even believe in giving little girls baby dolls. That's a whole nother show. I've been taking over too much of your time.
It's okay.
But can you imagine if you gave? Now we give them pretty little barrettes and pretty little hats and cute little dresses, tutus and shoes. Could you imagine? Because we call them princess and everything when we're not yelling at them. I could not imagine receiving a crown, particularly leather because I like that, from one of my parents or one of my aunts or at my little whatever. You couldn't tell me I wasn't a real queen. Because if you think about these little kids, when I give Christian a lightsaber, he think he fucking Luke Skywalker.
Right.
They think he chased every time he see Paw Patrol. So imagine what it could do to a child, a little girl, you give a crown for real.
Yeah,
like I'm sure we used to do where we came from. How old do you think the first little girl in the family got her crown? Don't take me to it. We will go back to Africa for a long time. But it's like, we have to, like you said, be the first. Get out of my face. I'm about to go home. We need the United States.
I couldn't resist that.
Me neither.
If you're watching this, I don't remember your name, but if you're watching this, that was funny.
It wasn't though, Queen.
It was.
Right over your crown. But yeah, it just, if we give them crowns first, they don't have to, even in terms of, like you said, when we instill, quality values in women or young girls in terms of men. If you give a kid a good male role model, they won't have to seek one outside. Whatever these kids need, we got to give it to them before they leave out from us. Not send them out in the world seeking it.
Listen, this one last. This is how I need to end this. I'm glad you said everything happens for a reason.
Listen.
This is how I know that everything it is that you need is going to be there. Earlier today, one of my nieces posted something on Facebook, and it was interesting to me in light of what we're discussing today. And she said something about. She said, I don't care what happened. I'm not going to ever let nobody play me out like I'm not, worth such and such and such and such. Now, you particularly on social media, I don't, even though my niece, she's, in her mid-20s, well, almost 30, even though that's still my niece, I don't usually swear when I'm, conversing with them on social media. But I was like, you better fucking not. At the end of the day, you better fucking not. You better fucking not let nobody ever play you out. I don't give a fuck what's going on. You better fucking not. Because I'm going to come for you. Because I've given you enough to know that, listen, that is not the situation. We're not doing that. You're worth more. And you will conduct yourself in a manner that shows that. Which means when a nigga come up and he is short, send his ass home. See, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're falling short. And I feel sad about it. I really do. The fact that people are excited, that people outside your culture are applauding you when we don't applaud each other enough. The stuff that I see on Facebook with women of color going back and forth over men, over this, that, and the third, doing all types of things. And it's not everybody, of course it's not everybody. But if you got somebody on your timeline that is doing that, and you haven't taken a moment to say, sis, look. And I'm not talking about trying to blast them on social media. I'm talking about pull them to the side when you out at the club and y'all throwing back stuff. Look, let's be clear. There is a way. There is a way that we conduct ourselves at the end of the day. There is a way that we conduct ourselves because of who we know we are, because of who we want to become, and because of where we come from. We deserve that. That's the one thing that we don't teach our kids, the type of self-sacrifice where I need to do X, Y, and Z, even if it means I can't do A, B, and C, because I deserve it.
I feel like I went through that with my son earlier today with his homework.
Probably.
He's a principal scholar now in first grade, and he wants the accolades and the attention and the incentives of a superintendent scholar. Okay, young man, you have to write neatly. You cannot rush. You have to put more details in your sentence. And that's how you get to better in doing what you want to do.
Right.
That's the self-sacrifice that you got to put in.
Exactly.
So you can't use the iPad when you walk in the door.
Right.
You can't play with Paw Patrol and do whatever else. If you want this goal, I'm going to tell you how to get there because that's what you said you want.
Exactly.
This is what you got to do. At 6 years old.
And we need to do more of that. We shouldn't let anybody outside of ourselves give that type of validation to our kids, to our progeny, to our communities. It should come from us. And that's what I'm saying. If I'm saying anything, if you got anything out of this, I want you to get that. Yeah, I said a whole bunch of other stuff and I stick by all of it. But what I want you to get out of this at the end of the day is that we got to do better. You got to love your kids. You have to love them and teach them to love themselves. I have, for those of you who have watched me for the last 3 years, when I first started doing this show, it was about music and dance and house music artists, and I'm not doing that now. As you can see, I'm not having as many artists. I may have some in another situation, maybe, we'll see, but that is not my focus because I see that we gotta do something different. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Go get you a refreshing glass of water
with lime. It could be spicy.
For real. Like we really have to stop doing the things that everybody else is doing to get that type of approval. We don't need it. We have everything we need within our community and within ourselves. We can do all of this. We have to stop looking outside of us. Why are we constantly looking for handouts? It's like we're begging people to like us. I don't like that. That aggravates me. So yeah, if I seem angry sometimes on social media, my response is this: if you're not angry, you're not paying attention.
And we are real angry.
This whole impeachment situation is happening, and they have diverted your attention real quick for 2 seconds to something that is an arbitrary construct that affects our community absolutely none and gives very little back to the community, if anything at all. And that's our fault. So with that, I said all I gotta say. Is there anything else you would like to say, Joy?
I'm real angry. And thank you for tuning in to I'm Real Angry.
And yeah,
and if you're real angry,
let's say it.
Tune in next Tuesday at 7:30. If you're really, really angry, share the video to make some other people real angry.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Please share the video. Please share the video. I hope y'all like our new situation. It's gonna change. Y'all
it feels so dope
different
and like
stuff, like laid back,
yeah,
chill, less stress. We don't gotta rush out. There aren't cheerleaders in the background. Not that they.
So quiet.
There's no other music, but we'll get music in the background. I just got to get the right tempo and stuff like that because the whole situation can ready to go. But yeah, so it's about to happen. But I thank you so very, very much. I appreciate all of you. I'm Real Devious.
And I'm Just Joy.
And this has been a great show. I thank you for watching. I love you for listening. Please share the video. Once again, please share the video. Please share the video. And if you have not already done so, please like our YouTube page. I'm Real Devious on YouTube. I am REALD, the letter D, the letter V, the letter S, all one word.
And remember, if you fall, It's not about how far you fall. It's about how high you bounce up with your crown.
Remember that when you're tripping. We out of here. I think. Can we stop the video? God damn it! Can we stop the motherfucking?